Hi guys, welcome back. We are currently on chapter 20, this is part 2, page 190 of The Barren Grounds by David A. Robertson. They are on their way to the man's cabin. However, what they've realized is there is no game for them to hunt to eat. So we're not sure why this is. It seems to be a bit of a concern. Okay, page 190. Eric put her paw on Ochek's shoulder. No, Pisisku, I'm in their right mind. No Pisisku in their right mind would leave a place like this. Heck, I'm not sure I'm going to come back with you three, she chuckled. But when nobody laughed, she must have realized it wasn't the time for jokes. She turned serious. There has to be another reason why they've all gone. Is what I'm trying to say. It doesn't mean that when we bring the green time back to Mizuwa, there won't be yummy things to eat. I'm not sad because I think they've left, Ochek said. I don't think they've run away anywhere. So, do you think they're all playing an elaborate game of hide and seek? Eric said. That's stupid, Morgan said. They're dead, Eli said. Ochek took a long breath in and let it out. The boy's right. They're not hiding, and they haven't run away. They've been killed. Let's think about what Eli's just said. It's like, here we are. There should be lots of game, lots of animals running around. But there's not. Eli says they're dead. Why? Well, if the human who came to Mizuwa before was so greedy in Mizuwa that nothing ever seemed to satisfy him, why would he change in his new area, in his new cabin? Probably there, the same type of thing would happen, where he would become so greedy that he would have hunted and hunted and hunted and hunted until there was nothing left to hunt. This is a part of our history in Canada, where when European settlers came, they did do that. They hunted or fished things to extinction almost. We used to have in Manitoba and all through the plains down into the United States, wild bison wandering around in our forests. We don't have that anymore because they were either hunted or killed so that the indigenous people couldn't sustain themselves. We had that on the East Coast, where we had fish galore, sturgeon galore, and they were fished to almost extinction. Beaver pelts. Beavers were trapped until almost extinction. Now there's tons of beavers back today. Sometimes greed leads to the greediest person actually not having anything left. They've been killed. What? Morgan said. By the man? Humans. Ochek watched the swift water pass them by for a moment that seemed to stretch on. The land provides everything that anybody would need. If you take only what you need, the land renews itself so that it can provide more. Medicines, water, plants, meat. In exchange, because we don't really have anything the land wants, We honor it for what it gives us. Ochek turns towards Eric and the children. When you take more than the land can provide, it stops giving. It can't give. That's what's happened here. That's what happens with humans. You mean us? Eli asked. Ochek nodded regretfully. That's crap, Morgan said. We've been here with you for so long now, and all we've done is help. She stood up to face Ochek eye to eye. We haven't taken anything more than what was given. Not every human is the same. Maybe you just haven't had a chance to show me otherwise, Ochek said. What have we shown you already? Eli asked. The man came here and was accepted, Ochek said. He showed us what you have shown me. And then he showed us his true nature. We wouldn't take more than we need, Morgan shouted. She heard her mother whisper to her in that moment. Kiss tataso. For the first time, she felt she knew something about herself that she'd long forgotten. She belonged in a place like this. She belonged on the land. She'd never felt more at home than during the days she spent on Askai. Don't make us go, Eli pleaded. That's what you're saying, right? Ochek looked at them intensely. First Morgan, then Eli. Maybe you aren't the same as the man. The others that came before the man, they were indigenous, like you both. They never wavered. We won't either, Morgan said. Equesis, Ochek said. Since embarking on this journey, you've said more than once that you and Eli could go home, that you should go home. I know, but I'll give you the choice right now. Go home where it's safe and where this place will live on in the stories that you tell one another. You will always be welcome in Mizuwa. This isn't like Hawaii, some place you just go because the weather's bad in Winnipeg, Eli said. Mizuwa feels more like home than either of those places. What are these places? Hawaii and Winnipeg. I thought you both came from Earth, Eric said. It's like Askai is Earth and Mizuwa is Winnipeg, Morgan said. Something like that. And this Hawaii? Eric asked. Like the South Country, Morgan tried. Is there a South Country? There's got to be, right? Isquesis, Ochek said. Right, Morgan said. You're right. She had said that they could go home more than once. They could have turned around at any point and gone back to Earth. Maybe we should go, she thought. How much harder could it be to defeat a human after they defeated a wolf? Ochek and Eric could do it without them, couldn't they? Shouldn't they? What if something happened to Eli? What would she ever say to James and Katie? Eli was her responsibility, and Ochek had said it himself. They would always be welcome here. They could come minus the danger. Morgan, Eli said, why are you even thinking about this? Because I'm your big sister, and I have to think about keeping you safe. That's my job, she said. You're my big sister? He asked. That just sort of came out, she said. But yeah. She looked him over, thought about all the time they'd spent together, everything they'd gone through. She didn't want to be without him, here or on Earth. Yeah, you're my brother. Then don't make me leave here, Eli said. Please. They can do it without us, Morgan reasoned, echoing the thought she'd just run through her mind. No, Eric said. We can't. How would you even know that? Morgan asked. You'll see, Eric told her. One day. Ochek extended his paw. Come with us then. We have a lot left to do. Eli's face was all Morgan needed to see. If he really was her little brother, then how could she ever live with herself if she made them leave now? Maybe Eric was right. Maybe they, Eric and Ochek, really couldn't do it without them. Could they have overcome the wolf on their own? And what if Ochek had killed Eric? She and Eli had stopped him. The white time would never had a chance to end. If there was a chance, it still might not. Was there a choice at all? Morgan took Ochek's paw. So Morgan's decided, no, they're staying. Let's go back to this, though, what Eric says. When she says, Morgan says they can do it without us. And Eric says, no, we can't. I feel like Eric talks like this sometimes, where Eric has never before said to Ochek, I know where the human is. I know where the summer birds are. The first time Eric ever said that to Ochek was when Eric saw Ochek with the kids. I think the kids are needed. I think there is something to do with Morgan and Eli, and they need to be part of this quest in order to bring the summer birds back. Eric has talked about this a few times with certain things that she just says. And then there was the wolf trying to kill Eli. Why wouldn't the wolf have taken out Ochek in its sleep? I think the kids are a very important part of making this quest come true, of bringing the summer birds back. Just my inference. All right, guys, that's it for chapter 20. Join me next time for chapter 21. Take care.